Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah. It's Tuesday, and I just realized this will be the last time that we have a fully pre-generated character in one of these streams. After today, we will have finished all of them, all 6, and then after that, it'll be all custom from then on. Custom, I say. So yeah, we're gonna start off with Urthan here, the final pre-generated character, the Slayer, who's in melee combat. He's a melee combat expert, very low difficulty apparently. And then after that, we'll be going into the basic Slayer class, and we will also be going into the Kineticist after that. I was trying to figure what should I do to match up with the Slayer, right? Because, you know, it's basically like, it's kind of just a better rogue, right? Slayer's kind of just a better rogue. I was like, well, and I couldn't really think of another class, because we've already done rogue. Couldn't really think of another class that I could match up like thematically with it. So I was like, fuck it, we'll do Kineticist. I did my most recent playthrough that I abandoned was of a Kineticist, so I figured why not? We'll take a look at that one, see how they're doing. So yeah, let's get into Urthan real quick. All right, what do we got? So very high strength, 21. Wait, how did you get all the way up to 21? Wait, how the hell did you get up to 21? This is illegal. Wait, you can't do this. Wait, you can't do that. How did you get up to 21? Because the highest you're supposed to be able to go before any racial bonuses is 18. So how do we have a 21 here? What the fuck? This is cheating. Hey, Matt, what's up? How you doing today? This is literally the first number we've looked at, and I'm already confused. Background doesn't adjust ability scores. And it would also show right here. Like, the base value is 19. If it was a background, it would be, well, let's see, where that's a racial. Does he have a background that gives a bonus to skills? Oh, I guess I could just look right here. Lore religion. The orc racial, that's here, but this base value is supposed to be capped at 18. So the base value, like, you should never be able to go above 20 for your main character. None of your stats should be able to be above 20 without items or being like level 4 or higher. This base value is supposed to be capped at 19. So the fact that we have capped at 18. Sorry. So this doesn't make any sense. But let's just move on. Let's move on. That's a weird thing. It's actually really good if you're going for a strength-based character. It looks like he might be going one-handed, because we don't have enough dex to really go into. He's a half-orc, so he gets +1 to 1 skill or 1 ability score, I believe. And then a couple of other things. Ooh, he starts off with weapon focus falchion. That's actually really good. Yeah, it looks like they cheated for this one, legitimately, because like this should not be possible. It's like, here, let's back out real quick. Let's back out real quick. We'll create a new character. We'll create a custom character. This doesn't matter. Class doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. All right, so Constitution 12. This is the highest that we get to start with. See, max of 20. Class is Slayer, yeah. Make an orc. All right, half orc. Racial heritage. I didn't see what racial, but like the thing is, like, none of this matters. None of this matters. The highest you can get is 20. And like, if you're human raised, you just gain 1 additional skill point per level. And if you're tribal, you lose ferocity and keen senses, but you gain a +1 on saving throws. And a +2 on lore name. Oh, this is the one that he's got, because he's got the. Oh, no. Wait. No, he is just a basic one. Urthan is just a basic one. So yeah, like literally the max that this should be able to be is 20. So that doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Oops, I hit the button one too many times. We'll look at it more. We saw that we got weapon focus. Got what? Go away. All right, so yeah, we got weapon focus falchion. I am perfectly fine with this. Falchions are really good weapons. Kind of focusing on this. Yeah, like it's not a bad thing. And like I said, the weapon focus is really good. We get dazzling display. These are just interesting. Wait, we only have a 12 charisma. Why are we getting dazzling display? Um, okay, one sec. Let's... That's a weird choice to start off with. Like, we don't get power attack. We don't get any of the actual talents. Would any of these be really that good? Actually, no. Not really. Huh. So, getting a combat trick is probably the best choice here. I don't know about dazzling display though. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I like how immediately you two are like, Rag is probably gonna get strength to intimidate. Matt, no way they get strength to intimidate. All right, well, let's keep going. That's a little weird. A little weird. Okay, we get power attack level 3. That's fine. Um, I'm kind of okay with waiting one level to get power attack. It does get your... That does remove a good chunk of... Well, you are also... Oh, wait, you don't get sneak attack until level 3. So you get to level 3 and your fucking damage jumps up. You get power attack and sneak attack on the same level. That's kind of insane. Um, but this does unlock a whole bunch of your, you know, Cornigan Smash, Dreadful Carnage, all that good stuff. Power attack mythic. I'm going to be very... Uncanny Dodge, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Uncanny Dodge. Could have gone for another combat trick. Could have gone for a combat style feat. Could have taken focusing attack confused. Those are the other options, but I'm legitimately, I don't really have that much to complain about so far. This build's pretty good. So far, this build's pretty good. Yeah, I'm fine with this. This is a good choice. It's actually like the first defensive thing that we get, and Uncanny Dodge is a good place to start. Hey, there we go. Intimidating prowess, strength to intimidation. Yeah, if you're gonna get dazzling display, we got power attack, intimidating prowess. Are we gonna get Cornigan Smash or Dreadful Carnage, or both? Is this actually gonna go full? Yeah, there's Cornigan Smash. Uh, okay, we're going like full on Intimidator build, which I did not expect them. Like they didn't even commit to a full intimidation build on the fucking Cavalier. I am very surprised that they're doing that. Here. Close to the abyss. Oh, he's a demon. I did not actually check that. Okay. I mean, it gives you an extra attack. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Defensive study. Uh, I don't know how much I like that right now. Hmm. I guess it's fine. There's not like there's not too many mythic abilities that you really want for somebody like this. Obviously on higher difficulties you're gonna want Last Stand, you know, Rupture Restraints. Leading Strike is decent. Ever Ready is always good. But if you're taking a auto build, you're not going to be playing on the super high difficulties. You're going to be playing on like what, max of normal, most likely. Um, Probably even lower than that. So defensive study is fine. The bonus to AC at this point is going to be fairly low, I think. Let's see. Um. Oh yeah, this okay. So this scale is a lot slower than I thought it was, and it only gets up to a 2, 3, 4, 5. It only gets up to I guess a +5 to AC isn't bad. Right? I mean that's better than, but that's at level 20. At level 20 you get mage armor +1, basically, with defensive study. Maybe not. Maybe not the greatest. Blind fight, is this worthwhile? I mean, you do get your reroll chance for concealment misses. So that is actually fairly useful. There's a lot of people in this game that use displacement or mirror image or blur effects. Actually, mirror image isn't a concealment effect. But like blur and displacement are really common once you start getting into later areas. Almost all of the mythic demons have that kind of thing. Uh, True Sight. That is true. That is true. But um yeah, like True Sight is good, but it is a level 6 spell, I want to say, for the single target version. And this is level 7, so we are a long ways away from getting that. So I am okay with this because this does allow this guy to not have to worry about that kind of thing. While we don't get True Sight until much later in the game. If we were getting this at like level 15, I would have a problem with it. But I'm okay with it at level 7 because of how early it is. It's not the best. I definitely would have picked other things, which I probably should have gone over. But overall, I'm okay with that so far. And there's power protect mythic. Okay, this build is like, this build is legitimately pretty good so far. Power attack mythic with a falchion. That boosts the damage from +2 to +5. Like, oh, and this also boosts the damage that we get from our gore attack too, because our gore attack does 1.5 times our strength damage. Yeah. Yeah, like this build so far is actually like really good. Um, yeah, so we are boosting up our strength, which is fine. Our strength is the only odd numbered ability score that we had, and B, uh, duh. Oh, I never looked at what skills were going. Athletics, that makes sense because of our super high. Um, Actually, just all of these. Perception, persuasion, athletics. Um, yeah, I'm fine with all of these. These are all really good. Perception, having perception, if you don't really have something else that you really want a character to do, go perception. It's always useful to have more people with higher perceptions, just in case your main people fuck it up. People can only always roll nat ones and fail. I know nat ones aren't auto fails in skill checks, but you know you can still fail to roll if you roll low enough. So having more people with perception is always good. Persuasion is obvious because we are going an intimidation build, and athletics is also, I mean, we are a strength-based class, so going, or strength-based character, so going athletics makes sense. Despite the fact that we are getting a -4 because of our scale mail, but you can just take your armor off if you're trying to do athletics checks and you're failing. So there's that. What is this? Improved critical? Yes. So falchions, I believe, are already 18 to 20s, right? Are they? Let me actually look that up again real quick. Pathfinder falchion. Yeah. So falchions are already an 18 to 20 times 2 with 2d4 damage. So this is now a 15 to 20 crit range weapon. That is insanely good. Falchions are one of the best weapons in the game. And I'm very, very happy to see that they are leaning heavily into that. They actually got improved critical. Because how many builds have we gone through where it's like, all right, we really need improved critical here. You have critical focus and 2 critical focus feats. Why do we not have improved critical yet? You know, we've had well, like 2 or 3 builds that are like that, and then they just never get improved critical. The fact that we have it at level 8 is really fucking good. Vouchers are also very good. I will say that vouchers are very good as well. But I like me some falchions. Both of them are very, very good weapons. They're shattered defenses, so going further into the intimidation builds, I'm fine with it. Here's a question. Do Slayers get access to fighter feats? Also, we should eventually get accomplished sneak attacker, hopefully, because we are well below the max progression for sneak attack at this point. No, okay. I was a little bit curious if we could get something like greater weapon focus or weapon specialization or something along those lines. Unfortunately, no. Which, that's fine. Like, obviously, there's, you know, it's part of the class. It either is or it's not, right? Alright. And Mythic rank 3, we are going Demon. Mythic Charge. Charge attacks deal divine damage equal to 1d6 per Mythic rank. I think this is a little bit early to get this. Anything that scales with... Well, I guess that is 3d6 extra damage. Never mind. I was treating this like it was level 1. That is 3d6 extra damage. This guy's gonna do a shit ton of damage. Holy shit. I'm just realizing just how much we're doing with this guy. Yeah, if you're going for a charge build, which this is the first thing that we see that indicates that, but I'm kind of okay with it. I'm kind of okay with it. Rupture Restraints is still an option. Last Stand is still here. Ever Ready is still here. Leading Strike is still here. We do have a natural attack. I don't know if the natural attack actually here, let me actually look at this. Counts Cold Iron and Magic for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, and you also get Demonic Charge, which is 66 unholy damage. And you get the Claws, which we're not going to be using because we're going to be using Falchions. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with Mythic Charge. Corrosive Touch, I don't really care about. But Enlarged Person is really good. Becoming a bigger man is always good whenever you're swinging around weapons and doing a lot of strength-based damage. So enlarged person is really, really good for this, especially since we have that 23 strength base. Demonic and mythic charges synergize. I don't think that they do. I don't believe that they do. I think that the mythic charge is only for your normal charge attack. I would have to test it to make sure, which we might be able to do. We could do that after we finish this build, actually. Ooh, Dispelling Attack. That's actually a really good one to get. So again, we're getting a lot of... This build's really good, actually. I'm kind of perfectly fine with this build. Dispelling Attack is very, very good. Every time we hit with something, we're getting a Dispel off, and we are a full BAB character. So we're going to be getting a lot of attacks. Slippery Mind isn't as big of a deal for this character because we aren't going Dex. We only have a 14. So getting something like Slippery Mind isn't as big a deal. Other options, you could take Crippling Strike, you could take Wearying Strike to get that ability score damage in. Hello, Shelby. Why are you, like, on the very, very edge of my bed? Yeah, Slippery Mind is always good, but it's not as good right now as it could be. Well, hello. Was that? Oh, it's a fort save. Never mind. Rogue with the tongue can designate a single enemy. Sneak attack damage to all attacks made against her prey. Even if she's not flanking it, or is not. Okay. No. Familiar is also always a good choice. I like me some familiars. But yeah, Dispelling Attack is like top tier. Top tier. So I'm perfectly fine with taking that one. Hey, improved initiative. We don't see that very often on these. Another thing that I'm very happy to see. I like improved initiative on basically everything. It's actually really hard for me to imagine a class or a character that I would not want improved initiative on if I had extra feats. Obviously, it's not going to be like super important for any particular build. Outside of just, hey, let's kill these people before they kill us kind of thing. But hmm. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's see, what feats could we take instead if we were like, what other feats do we? So yeah, again, accomplish sneak attacker. Yeah, this is a really good. This is a really good build so far. I'm actually surprised that this is not recommended because we are well below the. We are well below the max. So we could definitely take Accomplished Sneak Attacker. And usually this is recommended if you're a sneak attack class that doesn't have full sneak attack. You shush, Matt. You shush with that. Because that's definitely coming. But, like, honestly, at this point, we have everything that we really need for this build. The only thing that we're missing is, like, Dreadful Carnage. Which I don't think that we can even get yet. Oh, no, wait. Never mind. We can't. Critical Focus Line. Again, I'd be fine with that. If we're going to go, like, this is a 15 to 20 crit range weapon. If we want to go Critical Focus, I'm down. I'm perfectly fine with that. All right, what do we get? Improved initiative mythic. I mean, okay. Honestly, right here. Okay, I got you. You're okay. You're okay, baby. I probably would have taken improved critical mythic, but improved initiative mythic is also really, really good. Weapon focused mythic isn't that great. Honestly, I think improved critical, improved initiative, and mythic sneak attacker are like the three best ones for us to get right here. Um, I think we're back. Are we good? Everything all right? Did we survive? Okay. I think we're good. Yay, we made it. Yeah, improved initiative is fine here. That's the moral of that story. I don't know when I disconnected or how much got cut off there. But yeah, basically, Mythic Sneak Attacker, Improved Initiative, Improved Critical, and Destructive Shockwave are the four that I would recommend out of the choices that we have. I think Mythic Sneak Attacker is probably the least important of those. Actually, on lower difficulties, I would say Destructive Shockwave is the least important. But on higher difficulties, I would say Sneak Attacker is. What are you doing, kitten? Hi. um, but yeah, improved initiative is fine. Aspect of, oh, that's right. I forgot about these. +2 on melee attack rolls. That's fine. Increases by 1 at 6th and 9th mythic ranks. During a demonic rage, the demon with an aspect of sheer gains a powerful charge, increasing the number of weapon damage die by 2, and applying an additional 1.5 of the demon's strength bonus to damage from charge. Oh shit. How does this interact with a weapon that already has multiple damage dice? Because we are using a falchion with this build. So, as we are using a falchion, it's 2d4. Does this add another 1d4, or does this add another 2d4 to our damage? Also, we get a bonus to our athletic skill equal to half our mythic rank +1, which is a +3 at the moment, which is also very fine. I'm really curious. There's a couple of things that I'm very curious how they work with this. So we might do a bit of testing after this. Igor, you coming in just to go to sleep? Shelby says hi, by the way. Slayer is actually really good so far. Interesting that they go for Cat's Grace instead of Bull Strength here, actually. Yeah, like, legitimately a very good build so far. Alright, up to 24 strength. Continuing the pattern of taking all of the best talents. Like, so Igor, they went full intimidation build. Like, actually, like a legitimate intimidation build. Dazzling Display, Intimidating Prowess, Cornigan Smash, Shatter Defenses. We got Improved Critical and Weapon Focus Falchion, so we're going to be doing insane amounts of crit damage. Improved Initiative with Mythic Improved Initiative. Power Attack, obviously. Uncanny Dodge. Dispelling Attack. The only one that's like slightly, I don't know about this, is Blind Fight, and even that one has plenty of uses throughout the game. And then we have Dispelling Attack and Crippling Strike now. Like, this build is legitimately very good. Yeah, Dreadful Carnage, which we gained access to at level 11, so I am curious about us not getting it yet. Okay, so we are going down the critical focus feats, which I'm actually fine with. With a falchion as our main weapon, I'm perfectly fine with going critical focus. Combat trick, sickening critical. Actually, yeah, I'm okay with this as well. Like, this is another one. I'm perfectly, like, oh my god, this is actually, like, a really good build. This is actually, like, a very, very feasible build for most difficulties. Alright, what do we get? Unrelenting Assault. I'm okay with that. I would have taken other things instead. But Unrelenting Assault is fine. I would have taken Rupture Restraints, Last Stand, Ever Ready, Leading Strike. I mean, hell, even Enduring Spells. Unfair Material. I think that this one would die too quickly for Unfair, honestly. Maybe. I don't know. Nabasu, Demon, Low Religion, and UMD checks. Those do not matter. +2 bonus on all saving throws. That's fine. All enemies. -1 on fort saves and -1 to attack rolls. That's also fine. What would the other options be? What could we get here? -1 to will saves and -1 to attack rolls. All allies gain a +1 to will saves and attack rolls. And immunity to compulsion and fear effects. Oh, interesting. +2 on all ranged attack rolls. Nah. +2 to CMD, CMB, natural bonus to AC. So this one's very much like if you're tripping a lot, you can do that, stuff like that. Nah. Cast a spell using it. Nope, we're also not doing that. Oh, here we go. While in Demonic Rage, the demon with an aspect of Incubus gains a +4 to weapon damage rolls. That would be nice. Any creature that strikes a demon with a Brimerack strikes. The demon with a Brimerack aspect during Demonic Rage with a non-rage weapon suffers 2d6 fire damage. Cast a spell. Nope. Sneak attack by 2d6. Okay. Any creature that strikes the demon with a Babao aspect during Demonic Rage with any non-rage 2d6 acid damage. Both these increase by 1d6 at 6th and 9th mythic ranks. Okay. I think Babao or Succubus would probably be, or Incubus. I think any of these would be fine. Nabasu is also fine. That +2 to all saves is really, really good. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Verolikai. Melee attacks and spells apply 1 negative level on enemies who fail a will saving throw. DC equals 10 plus half your character level plus your mythic rank plus your max ability modifier. Ooh, okay, so that would be... What level are we right now? Like level 14, I think? So level 14, so that's 17 plus your mythic rank, which we are rank 5. So that's 22 plus your max ability modifier, which we're at level 24, which is 7. 17, 22, 29 is the save DC. Now, that does kind of That does kind of make Aspect of the Succubus a little bit better, because they do a penalty to will saves as opposed to fort saves, which would stack with the which would combo with this a fair bit better. But I think we don't need that. A lot of our enemies don't have great will saves. And that's all melee attacks and spells. All melee attacks apply 1 negative level. So we are a full BAB character, so this is going... We have many attacks. We're not dual wielding or anything like that, so we're not getting like an insane number of attacks, but we're getting a good chunk. What are we giving up for this? I say giving up. That's not entirely true because we could choose these. What are we opting to not take instead of this? Oh, you also... Oh, I'm sorry. I missed this. You gain fast healing equal to half the demon's mythic rank plus 1. So we gain fast healing 6. I'm not a huge fan of fast healing. It's really nice outside of combat, but we already have a way to heal outside of combat, right? The flag gives us that, unless we're not in its range, which in the Abyss you will be out of range of it, but most of the time you're just gonna be able to use the flag. Like this, right? Right? A bonus to strength equal to half your demon's mythic rank plus 1. That's a plus 4 to our strength right now. And that only gets better, right? I'm sorry, it's a plus 3 right now. As long as the demon remains in rage every round, the aspect of Vavakia deals all enemies within 50 feet 1 plus 1/3 mythic rank rounded up d6 unholy damage. So you also have a damaging aura while you are in combat and in demonic rage. This is like really good. DRN, where N is equal to half the demons. No, gross. Useless. Not even close to being high enough to be worthwhile. All attack abilities make the target grappled unless they pass a reflex saving throw. That's not bad. All attacks, reflex saves. A lot of the scarier enemies in this game have really shit reflex saves. So this could be very strong. Although, what does grappling actually do for us? Not really that much, huh? Bonus to intelligence, we don't care. Bonus to con. Bonus to con isn't bad. Aspect of the Balor makes all allies in a 50-foot radius assume demonic rage within the demon himself. Or with the demon himself, but without the advantage of the demonic aspects. I think these two are probably the best two, Vrolikai and Vavakia. I probably would have taken a Vavakia first and then Vrolikai for this second one, but that's fine. Aspect of the Shadow Demon. Alright, what do we get? Bonus to Wisdom. Interesting. Makes the user incorporeal during demonic rage. Alright, what does incorporeal do again? No, not... This is the wrong tooltip. This is actually the wrong tooltip. This is the tooltip for incorporeal touch attack, not for an incorporeal creature. Ooh, Owlcat fixture game. Unplayable. Literally unplayable. Wait. Oh, do you get 2 major demon aspects? Oh, shit, I did not realize. I'm not a fan of this. Although gaining a bonus to wisdom will raise up our will save, I don't think that that's worth it. Getting that boost to strength is much better for us, honestly. And that extra damage aura is also really, really nice. But it's not the worst thing in the world. We get bull strength and mirror image. Those are both very, very good. We get haste. That's also fine. I think greater magic weapon would have been better. Because we are not going to be able to get haste. Well, okay. So, let me try to articulate what I'm thinking right here. Basically, it just comes down to we're going to have better people to use haste with, right? Unless you're just going without any kind of arcane spellcaster in your party at all, you're going to have better people for haste. Although I don't really know what our spellcaster level is. So I don't know how long this would last, right? Because it's not, if it's just like 5, if it's just 5 because we're mythic level 5, that's really, really shit. But I don't know. Oh, yep, there's Dreadful Carnage. So we did get it. It's a couple of levels late. And by that I mean it's literally 5 levels late because we could have gotten it all the way back at level 11. But we did finally get it. We now have Dreadful Carnage. We now have everything that we need for a, like, we have every single Intimidator build feat. We have all of them. Which I'm fine with. Now we just need all the cleave feats. Alright, what are we taking here? Flawless attacks? I don't like this. I do not like this. We are not we're not a dual wielder. We're not a legend. So our BAB isn't going to get up too high. This gives us a +1, 2, 3. 1 on our second, 2 on our third, 3 on our sixth. Yeah, we have Shatter as well. Yeah, we got Shatter. We got Shatter defenses a while back. I do not like flawless attacks on single weapon characters. I think the benefit is just not quite enough to make it worthwhile, especially when we have improved critical. Like we have a 15 to 20 crit range weapon. We have to keep that in mind. Like, our actual bonus to attack only really, like, it doesn't help that much. Especially on these lower, like, it's not nearly as good as improved critical mythic, mythic sneak attacker, or destructive shockwave on higher difficulties. I don't know if I would ever take flawless attacks over improved critical on this build. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. I would definitely have taken improved critical mythic over that. There's the Brimarack. Okay. Okay, so this mythic level I don't like. Brimarack is kind of a waste. It increases the damage that our spells do. When are we ever going to be using offensive spells? The answer is never. The answer is literally never. Shockwave is really good for higher difficulties. If you're getting up to unfair, and if you... that shit stacks up if you're fighting against enemies that you're very unlikely to hit. So it's basically hedging your bets. What is happening? Why am I dropping frames? We're done dropping frames? We're done dropping frames. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of shit. This is kind of really shit. Like, the Babao does the exact same thing for the reflecting damage. It just increases the sneak attack damage that we do by 2d6. Uh, yeah, I do not like either of these. Bear's Endurance is fine. Oh, okay. So Shockwave is really good on unfair difficulty. The enemies in Threshold on unfair have absolutely stupid levels of AC, so you're very, very unlikely to ever really hit them. And I realized this while watching Lore Spire stream a while back. He was in there and he had taken Destructive Shockwave. And that's when I realized just how much that mythic feat does against those enemies. Because like so even back in the day, I haven't played the game and gotten to that point in a long time, but back when I was still doing speed runs and I was playing on story difficulty. This is on story difficulty. The Vivakia in the last fight before you enter the tower had a 60 armor class on story. So you know you add like 70 to that because going from story to unfair. I think it's actually I think it's like an 8. I think it's like +8 or something like that. Whatever it is. You add a bunch more on top of that. When you're reaching 70 plus AC, that's kind of ridiculous to try and hit consistently. Um, so Destructive Shockwave is really, really helpful for fights like that. But yeah, don't like Aspect of Brimarack, don't like Flawless Attacks. Greater Magic Weapon is fine. Greater Magic Weapon I really like because we could use this on our Gore attack to boost that. Bestow Curse, Innervation, Stone Skin could be useful here. There's not really any spells that I really care about for level 4 for this build. None of these are really that great. But yeah, this is like the first major misstep I think in this build. Up till this point, it's been really, really good. But at this point, it kind of fell on its face a bit. Still boosting up that strength. That's fine. Athletics, yeah, all that stuff's fine. Wearing Strike. So we did end up getting both Crippling and Wearing Strike, which I really love doing. Stack enough attacks and kill stuff fine by mistake. Yeah, like there are other options for those, but like even spells don't really hit that Vivakia with any real consistency. He has a 32 or 33 spell resistance on story difficulty. I don't know if that also gets increased. I'm assuming it does. I'm assuming you do also get higher spell resistance on difficulties. But yeah, so we got Wearing Strike right here. What other things could we do? We could get improved Uncanny Dodge. Could get another combat style feat, another combat trick. Familiar. But yeah, Wearing Strike is like another one where like top tier. Fucking top tier. It gets stronger the stronger your enemy is. I love this shit. rank 7. So we finally do get Last Stand. So this is probably the strongest defensive ability that we're going to get. So I'm fine with that. I would like to see Rupture Restraints at some point. That's really the only other mythic ability that I would like to see, so I'm hoping that we get that at level 9. Although, I'd really have liked to have it before then. We could have definitely done that instead of Unrelenting Assault. I'm not a huge fan of that one. Baylor. I'm a little bit sad that we don't have Vivacia here. I definitely think that we should have taken Vivacia instead of Baylor. But the bonus to Khan is fine, and it does help out the rest of the team by giving them your demonic rage benefits. Minus, you know, the aspects, but I would have preferred the strength bonus and the damage aura for sure. We do get the Incubus though, which is really nice because that's a +4 to our weapon damage rolls. So I'm very, very happy with that. And it gives us a bonus to Persuasion and Athletics. I think we already have Athletics on one of the other ones. I think Sheer gives us Athletics. Yeah. Does anybody else give us... Oh, we also have Perception. We did not. We did not have a bonus to Persuasion. So we got a nice boost to our Intimidation. And yeah, that +4 to weapon damage rolls is really, really nice. Actually, it's a +6 right now because we are past 6th level. So, Crushing Despair does not matter. Profane Nimbus. I don't know what this does. Any good creature. All right. Well, that's useless. Why would you? Why would you pick this? Like, I don't really, like, it doesn't really matter. None of these are actually things that I think would really help us out in this. But why would you ever pick Profane Nimbus? Why would you not pick, what, like, any good creature striking you? How often do we fight good creatures or characters in this game? There's one good boss in the Island DLC. I mean, that may be true, but I would like to point out the fact that you're like, well, there's one in this, you know, game, like this multiple dozens of hours game, like this 100-hour game. There's one enemy. Oh man, like it doesn't really, like, none of these other spells are really that good anyway. Call Lightning Storm, Cone of Cold, Dominate Bird. Like, Cone of Cold's really good, but not for this build, right? Dominate Person could potentially be really good on another character, not on this build. None of these are good, so it's kind of whatever. What do we get? Dodge. This is the first, like, full on. Well, we got Uncanny Dodge here. So Dodge here is actually really funny. I really like Dodge as a defensive feat. I think it's really good. I think it's probably the best defensive feat that we're gonna get. Obviously, okay, so if we're gonna look at this, obviously I would like to have Outflank, but they're not gonna pick up Outflank. I've given up on that. We're never gonna see Outflank on any of these spells, obviously. So I'm not worried about it. However, I would have liked to see Accomplish Sneak Attacker. The fact that we don't have that is really upsetting to me. All right, what do we get? Oh, we did get Improved Critical Mythic. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Aspect of the succubus. As I mentioned, this actually where's that? Shadow demon? No, where's the one? Is it Rolokai? Yeah. So aspect of the succubus actually combos pretty nicely with aspect of the Verolikai. This one requires a will save. This reduces their will save. Very easy. Very easy, very fun. Uh oh Jesus. Where the demon will become paralyzed, frightened, cowering, or stunned, they instead fall into it. They get a lot of very nice bonuses, but then they also kill everybody. This is when okay, I did not realize that you actually got this. This means this means that rupture restraints is now far more important than it was before. Because I would actually never want to see this. The only time that I would ever want to see this is if I'm running solo. That's it. It's the only time that I would ever want to see this happen. Is if I'm running solo. Cause fear doesn't matter. Vampiric touch. Actually, vampiric touch is no. Not really, right? It's actually kind of shit. And then like I said, these spells are all pretty bad. Basically, I really don't want to see anything except for buff spells on this character. Almost everything else is useless. Brutality Incarnate. Really? I kind of joked about this. But this is useless because we have greater magic weapon. Because we have greater magic weapon. We are going to be able to boost our door attack up to a +5. Or at least we should. The locket. What locket? I actually don't know which one I can't remember which one you're talking about. Give to the queen. I legitimately don't remember what you're talking about. We will come back to that once you find the name. But like, you can get the amulets that give you a bonus to your natural attacks. Because once you get up to a +5, a +5 magic weapon does this same thing. The Covenant. Oh, that's an amulet? The Covenant of the Inheritor. All right, let me see. Covenant of the Inheritor. All right, what exactly do you do? Count as if they were made of cold iron. While oh, it's a belt item. Is it really? Oh no. It says when placed on the belt, it's actually something that you put in um yeah, it's not like a belt. It's something that you would put on your belt. It basically, you equip it in that little like 5-slot bag that you have access to. Like where you can equip scrolls and stuff like that. You put it in there. Yeah. Now I remember that item. So them being good aligned, that would actually overcome most of the enemies. Okay. But like you have that, or you could just do like I said, greater magic weapon. And then you're getting a +5 to your attack, and you're also getting all those DR. You're just ignoring all that DR. Yeah, I really don't like this. This is useless at this point. Because even if, for whatever reason, the greater magic weapon that you have from the demonic aspect, even if that isn't a high enough caster level to get you to +5, you're going to have other characters. Like, as long as you have one arcane spellcaster, you can have them cast this on you, and then you get the same thing. I'm very much not a fan of taking mythic feats that can be replaced by a spell. Now, what can we get instead? Mentioned it a bunch of times, rupture restraints. Especially now that we have this uncontrolled rage, we really don't want to get this triggered. We do not want to trigger this ability. This last fucking sentence. Attacks the nearest creature, which means that once the fight's over, they're gonna kill you too. You really don't ever want to see this uncontrolled rage. So you really want to get rupture restraints, because this ignores the vast majority, if not all. Well, let's see, dazed, paralyzed, petrified, frightened, cowering, sleeping, stunned, confused. Frightened, dazed, sickened, shaken, staggered, nauseated, stunned, paralyzed, confused. So there is a lot of overlap. It's not all of them. But there is a good amount of overlap between uncontrolled rage and rupture restraints. And it's the most common ones. Right? So yeah, brutality incarnate, I really hate that here. Calavacus, a combat maneuver one. Why? We don't have... Oh, when the demon with an aspect of Calavacus hits with a charge attack during a demonic rage, the demon can attempt to disarm as a free action. Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay, I will accept this. 30 feet during demonic rage and gives you 1 additional attack, stacking with haste. That's not bad. And that does make you a very speedy boy. Any spell or ability can't... Nope. Grant one ally all the benefits of the demonic rage, including effects of active aspects and major aspects as a free action. Heal every time. How much? How much? Okay, I mentioned this last week. I think it was actually on my God of War stream last week. Stuff like this really makes me mad, because this is so unspecific that it's useless. This might as well be a black screen, like completely blank, because it doesn't tell you anything. How much do you heal? Do you heal like the heal spell? In which case, when you scroll over this, it should show you the heal spell tooltip. I'm assuming that that's what this means. I assume that this means that you get this whenever you kill somebody. You heal for, what was it, 10 times your caster level? Up to level 15? I'm assuming that that's what this means. However, that's an assumption. There's no way to know because it doesn't fucking tell you. Physical damage ignores physical damage immunity or damage reduction. Kind of gross. Any attack target you during demonic rage of 50% chance to miss. There's actually not that many. I think this one actually might be my favorite one. The Zuzu. Ereshkigal is actually also really good. Basically just giving you permanent displacement while you have this active. Okay. Scorching Ray is whatever, Lightning Bolt is whatever, Contagion is whatever, Song of Discord is whatever. None of these spells fucking matter. Level 18, what are we getting? Combat Reflexes? Okay. Wait, actually this is not bad. This is not bad. The reason that this is not bad is because this actually has synergy from that CMD demonic aspect that we just got. Right? Because we can disarm them, and then as long as they don't have improved unarmed strike, every time they attack us that round, if they somehow fucking survive the charge attack, we will get an attack of opportunity. So, and like, if we're being fair, we're going to have a belt at this point that gives us dex. If we don't, we do have Cat's Grace to give us dex. So we're going to have a good number of attacks. Like, not an insane number. Not like we have 14 here. Like, we're level 18, so add a +6, that's 20. So we have 5 attacks. 6 actually, because it's in addition to, like, or sorry, a number of additional attacks of opportunity. So we would have 1 normally, add 5, 6. Or even if it is only 5, because we only have Cat's Grace or whatever the fuck, right? A lot of monsters are unarmed to start with. So who would this not work against at this point? So level 18. I mean, hell, Discari wields a weapon. So this would prevent him from using his scythe if you get it on him, right? Most of the scarier enemies in Threshold are wielding weapons. The Vivakia, the Baelors, they all have weapons. So you could disarm them. It would not help against a Rilu, though. A Rilu is unarmed. Like, this is not something that you would really worry about, like, smaller enemies. This is something that you would worry about for the bigger boys, right? Because they're the only ones that would be around long enough to take multiple attacks of opportunity anyway. I'm okay with that. Iron Will. I actually might be okay with this. I think we've gotten enough of everything else. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing that many other things that I would be like, yeah, we could take this instead. Like, yes, we could take lunge. That is a legitimate thing. Outflank is also obviously a choice. But they're not going to take that on a auto build. Are Are we gonna get out without this? Are we gonna get out of an entire auto build from Owlcat without toughness? Or are they gonna take toughness at level 20 and make me cry? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Iron Will because Will saves are our lowest. And that I'm really scared about that fucking uncontrolled rage. Like, that uncontrolled rage is really, really fucking worrisome for me. So I'm fine with that. All right, what do we got? Unstoppable. Really? You have Rupture Restraints right here, and you want... So Unstoppable is literally just a worse version of Rupture Restraints. I really do not like Unstoppable. I hate it a lot. I hate it a lot. Just get Rupture Restraints instead. Yes, it's only 3 times per day instead of every time, but fuck it. I do not like this. I do not like this, Sam. I am. Aspect of the Brock. So they picked every minor aspect except for the sneak attack one on a sneak attack character. I don't like it. I don't like it. I get also, like, again, all spells and not... So this boosts up ranged attack rolls and spells. Why? Why would you choose this instead of the one that increases your sneak attack by 2d6? Or, I'm sorry, at this point by 4d6. And also gives you a reflexive damage of 4d6 acid damage. Which, granted, at this point, most enemies are going to have acid resistance. Like the scarier enemies anyway, they're going to have acid resistance. That's going to be more than 4d6 is likely to overcome. But why would you ever choose ranged attacks and spells over sneak attack? Oh, so I did mention that Ereshkigal and Pazuzu are probably the 2 best ones, and they did pick both of them. So there is that at least. There is that at least. We now have permanent displacement whenever we are in Demonic Rage. I'm fine with that. Then we have Fear, which is fucking whatever. We get Opportunist, which I don't really like that much. I don't really like Opportunist that much because it... It can only be triggered once per round. It is a guaranteed extra attack per round, but it is only once per round. You cannot trigger it more than once, unfortunately. I think I would have gone for either a familiar or a focusing attack confused. Improved uncanny dodge is also a possibility here. Slippery Mind is also not terrible. There are a bunch of other options that I would have taken instead of Opportunist. I do not like this choice. Overall, though, yeah, like there's some missteps here and there, but overall, this build is very serviceable. I don't know if it beats out the Sorcerer build. I still think that the Sorcerer build is still the best one that we've seen so far. But this one's pretty damn good. Actually, if we're looking at the feats that we're taking, okay, so the Sorcerer build only has this, right? It doesn't have the Mythic Path at all. Oh, also, question. So it is a level 20. Okay. I was curious about the mythic path. There. So if we only look at this and compare this to the sorcerer, I think this might actually be better. Because this build, what this build does is this build basically gets everything that it needs almost as early as it possibly can. Oh yeah, 26 strength, yeah. We could have a 31, I'm sorry, a 32 strength if they had chosen the fucking aspect of Vavakia that gives you a bonus to strength, but no, we have to go with Baylor. Gross. Gross. Yeah, this is without a belt or without any bonuses, by the way. Imagine we have that Baylor. That's another +6. That's a 32 before the belt, meaning we can get up to 38. And then we legendary proportions on top of that to get 46. And then we demonic rage. Which does, okay, so the demonic rage doesn't actually give us a bonus to strength, but wait. The uncontrolled rage would actually... Wait. So if we're 26... Wait. We're at 26, +6 for the belt. Or no, there's a +8 belt. So a +8, so that's 34. Plus another 8 on legendary proportions is 42. And this is what? Double mythic rank plus 16 is 36. Uncontrolled rage actually makes you weaker than this. Oh, and also if you add in the +6 that you would have if you had chosen Vavakia instead of Baylor, that's actually a 48 strength. So you would actually be 12 strength down when in uncontrolled rage, which actually makes it even more important that you don't trigger this, right? Because you are lowering... Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait, yeah. If you already have an enhancement bonus, then the extra +6 doesn't matter. Yeah. So you could potentially have a 48 strength on this character. With everything boosted. That's actually kind of insane. But yeah, anyway, if we look at just this, can you get these conditions now with Unstoppable? Yes. Yes, because if you look at this, paralyzed, frightened, cowering, stunned. Oh, wait, paralyzed, frightened, cowering, or stunned. I thought it had more triggers. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, wait. Let me... if you become nauseated... Wait. Paralyzed, you become staggered. If you become nauseated, you become sickened. If you become shaken instead of frightened. So there's nothing to avoid becoming cowering or being stunned. So you can still be triggered here, yeah. This can still be triggered. So I was looking at this and reading this as the list of triggers. This is not true. Paralyzed, frightened, coward, or stunned. So cowering is panicked, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Cowering is the third level of frightened. But like, here's the thing. Actually, now that I look at it, none of these are that common. Shaken is common, but frightened is not. I can't tell you how often stunned or paralyzed becomes a thing. Not saying it never does, but these are all very unlikely things to have happen. So actually, this is actually not that big of a deal. And I'm fairly certain that paralyzed and stunned are also avoided with what's it called? Rupture restraints. But anyway, back to comparing this one with the sorcerer. If we compare just this right here with the sorcerer, these are all tier 2 afflictions, right? So it also blocks their tier 1 version. Not necessarily. No. So are you talking about these down here? Best slot. Yeah, Rupture has always been one of my favorites. Ever since I started playing this game. So like, yeah, no. So being immune to frightened does not necessarily make you immune to shaken. No. Trying to see. So like, a lot of times people consider dazed to be a less. Yeah, like, just because it says if it does not specifically mention the status, I would say do not count it. Because that's just, they tend to be hyper specific about that kind of stuff. You know, if we just look at this build right here and ignore the mythic path entirely, if we just look at the feats and the class abilities that were taken, this might be the best class that we've seen so far. This might actually beat out the sorcerer. The reason I say that this might actually beat out the sorcerer is because of just how late the sorcerer waited before it got spell penetration. Because if you remember, it got spell penetration at like either 15 and 17 or 17 and 19. It waited until damn near the last possible fucking second before it did that. So I think that because this build gets, like, it holds off on Dreadful Carnage for a few levels. Yeah, exactly, Rag. Yeah, you need it like way earlier than that. So the fact that we don't have it until way later is problematic, we'll say. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for that. Very good. One of the best builds that we've seen so far, if not the best build that we've seen so far. It kind of fell apart a little bit at the end, but overall, I think it was pretty good. Now we're gonna see how it compares with the other Slayer. You know what? It's time to bring Terry back into the fold. All right, how does this one work? All right, so Asimar, Bloomkith, what does that do? Dex and Wisdom. Okay. Warrior. Honey Hunter. Interesting. Light armor club, light mace, heavy mace. I don't think that any of these actually matter. Because you have martial weapon proficiency. You have martial weapon proficiency and Jesus Christ, these stats. All right. Martial weapon proficiency makes all of these unusable and right. Light armor, medium armor, simple and yeah. So you get literally nothing from this. You get stealth added to your class skills, but yeah, that is the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of about these builds, is that their backgrounds are all RP, and they're not at all focused on mechanical benefit. Man, fuck RP. Who plays these games to roleplay? I play these games to kill peoples. Having Dex at 17 makes me think that this is supposed to be a dual wield class. Having both Strength and Dex at 17 makes me very confused as to what the fuck we're supposed to be doing here. I probably would have dumped Charisma. I would be very surprised. Heavy armor? What the fuck? What the fuck? What is this? Fucking Reggie? Okay, I am confused. I am horrifically confused right now. All right, what do we get? We got mobility, stealth, and perception. Okay. So yeah, I definitely would have dumped charisma to try and get wisdom a little bit higher. Get a bit of extra will save and also boost up our perception a bit. Heavy armor proficiency. This just doesn't make any sense to me. I am confused. I am confused. Yeah, Reggie does heavy armor dex. But Reggie is also a fighter that gets armor training, which increases the max dex of armors. So he could put on full plate mail and still get like 3 or 4 dex bonus to his AC. We're not going to get that. So, the fuck? Alright, whatever. Sure, we're a Desna person, because fuck it.
You should have run. Interesting.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing so far. Yeah. All right, what do we got? Combat style feat. So we are going 2-weapon fighting. We don't have a high enough dex to go all the way up to greater 2-weapon fighting, though, do we? Right? Oh, fucking Christ. Alright, already starting with this shit. I'm gonna check a thing real quick. Where you at? What? Is it? Why is it not? Yeah, okay, so we do not have the dex required for greater 2-weapon fighting. Does how a build is supposed to be. Level 3, toughness. Cool. Heavy armor proficiency on a dex build and also toughness at level 3. Okay, so we are going strength. Let's gain trickery as a class skill. You know, that skill that we're not putting any points into. I guess it'll boost up. I guess it gives us trap finding, so we get bonus to perception. Like, there is that. We do get a bonus to perception, and it's going to be a scaling bonus to perception, so that's not the worst thing, but it's close. I think jump up might be worse. Could have gone combat trick to get an extra combat feat. Uncanny dodge. I mean, they already got 2 fucking defensive feats. Oh, hey, speaking of defensive feats, let's get another one. We still don't have double slice, by the way, so our offhand weapon is just doing basic damage. So just, you know, keep that in mind, that we still don't have double slice at level 5. We took 2 weapon fighting at level 2. Still no weapon focus. Still no power attack. There's improved to weapon fighting, so we get an extra. So we now have 2. All right, so here's the thing. Unless the weapon that we are using is like a falchion or something, and somehow we're using it in one hand, getting an extra attack with it is not going to increase our damage as much as double slice will. Double slice will increase our damage more than improved 2 weapon fighting will. Guaranteed. We have a 4 strength. There's a +4. That would mean that we would need a 1d10 weapon in our offhand to be able to, on average, do more damage than that +4 damage. It's not going to happen. Oh yeah, and the extra attack is going to miss. What the fuck, man? I was so happy in that first build. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my god, this is actually good. This is actually really good. This is the one build that I can recommend and not feel like a terrible human being for doing so. And then I get to this one and I want to cry, and it's only level 6. My cat's yelling at me in the background because they're so upset about this. We get invisibility. Congratulations. Oh, wait, no. We're not doing mythics. That's right. Okay, hey, look at that. Level 7. We're finally getting double slice. As we head to... Like, this is outside of Canavras. Remember, if we're going with like mythic levels and stuff like this, they expect you to be around the chapel where you get the 2nd mythic level at this point. So I want you to go through all the way through Canavras and almost to Dresden before you start adding your strength bonus to your offhand attacks. Disgusting. Absolutely gross. Terrain mastery. Forest. How often are we going to be fighting legitimate battles in a forest? Wait, does this ever happen? Wait, hold up. In this video game, do we ever fight, like, actual, like, something that's worrisome? I mean, I guess it's a +2 to... What the fuck? So, favorite terrain is probably the least useful class ability in the game. Just flat out. Favorite terrain is probably the least useful in the entire game. Yes, we get a +2 to perception. Like, I legitimately think that it is for the same reason as they picked trap finding. Because our perception is decent. Like, it's pretty fucking good. Especially for only having a 12 wisdom. By the way, we're putting all of this focus into perception when we only have a 12 wisdom. Because that's literally the only thing that I can think of. For the only reason for them to have taken this is for that perception bonus. It's just in forest, yeah. So it's just in those random spots on the overworld map that don't matter. Because none of those have any encounters or anything super important in them. It's always just... Ugh. And we get weapon focus. What weapon? Dagger? Okay. And we get greater... Oh, because we don't have to worry about... Okay, that's actually fine. Wait. We don't even have a third attack yet. We don't even have a third attack yet, and they're getting a thing that allows us to have a third attack, which we don't have yet. I would just like to point that out. They have given us greater two-weapon fighting before we have the BAB required to gain a third attack anyway. Okay, so Rag, the reason that you're able to take this is because combat style feats allow you to ignore normal prerequisites. Yeah, see, it's like the final sentence in that second paragraph. He can choose feats from his selected combat styles list, even if he does not have the normal prereqs. So, however, I did not realize that those prereqs included. Then why not earlier? Just fuck it. I don't know. I literally couldn't tell you. I have no idea. It might be. Greater two-weapon fighting might be an advanced one. I don't know. But, you know, considering the fact that we do have advanced talents, Wearying Strike, Dispelling Attack, Crippling Strike, Familiar, Slippery Mind. We have a really high dex this time around, so Slippery Mind would be nice. Uncanny Dodge, Improved Uncanny Dodge. I don't know if I mentioned a Familiar, but we could take a Familiar. Like, all of these would be better than the thing that's literally useless for at least one more level. Alright, we do get improved critical dagger, so that's good at least. I hate the fact that we're choosing daggers. Like, it's kind of insane, right? The last build, Wind Fellowship. Great. Incredible weapon. Really, really fucking good. This one, we're gonna go daggers. Why? Because fuck it. No, don't. No. No, don't do that. No, what you do is you go, like, short swords at least. If you're gonna go in 19 to 20, go short sword. Better than dagger. Let me actually check a thing real quick. Fine. Is it considered a light weapon? Wait, rapiers are martial? No, they're not. Scimitar is light? I don't think it is. It's actually... No, rapier and scimitar are both considered one-handed. Alright, let's check short sword. Short sword is, though. So if you're going to go a 19 to 20 weapon and dual wield, short sword. If you want an 18 to 20 light weapon, kukri. Dagger is just not a good weapon. Just don't go dagger. Daggers are bad. Daggers are bad. Don't go daggers. Whatever. Anyway, oh my god. Alright, Opportunist. One of the worst options that was chosen in the last build. And it's already here at level 12. I hate it. It does give you a guaranteed attack of opportunity per round, but it's only one per round, and you have better options. We still don't have Dispelling Attack. We still don't have Crippling Strike. We still don't have Wearying Strike. Like, the thing is, this very easily, this very, very easily makes it, very clear which Slayer to recommend between the two. Do you recommend Urthan? Is it Urthan? Yeah, Urthan or this one? No, go Urthan. 1000%. This one's absolute dog shit in comparison. Oh, hey, look, critical focus. Okay. If I'm being fair and not being a salty bitch, I think critical focus is fine for 17 to 20. It is a 20% chance. It's a 1 in 5 to crit, right? 17 to 20 is a 1 in 5 to crit. So that's not terrible. And going critical focus, I think is fine here. I think this is fine. This does mean that we are going to get at least one critical focus feat. Slayer Camouflage. Oh, let's double down on that terrain feat that we took. Oh man, it's so good. Oh man, it's so good. I'm just gonna sickening critical. Goddamn. Actually, no. Wait. So I'm sorry. Yes, this is good. So I keep getting sickening and staggering critical mixed up. Staggering is one with the force save. Sickening is just this happens. So this is actually good. I like this one a lot. Either sickening or tiring critical are the good ones. Blinding and staggering are not. Critical focus just seems like a waste to me, as you want to have enough plus hit to not miss to be going. So the thing is if you have a very high crit range weapon, your actual bonus to hit doesn't matter as much Because like if you think about it, if you have a 15 to 20 crit range, that's a 30% chance to auto hit with any attack, regardless of the AC of the enemy. And then if you have critical focus, that's a plus 20% chance to hit. To confirm that critical hit. So even if you miss, even if you don't confirm it, it's not that big of a deal because you still guarantee a hit. But yeah, the wider the crit range, the less important your actual bonus to hit is. So I would actually prefer critical focus over something like weapon focus if you have like an 18 to 20 crit weapon with improved critical. Yeah. Obviously you would want both, ideally. Because like especially on harder difficulties, you're not going to be able to, like, you'll be able to stack enough to hit most things, but you're not going to be able to guarantee hits on everything. It's just I just don't think that it's physically possible to stack up that many bonuses. No, all crit threats are auto hits, not just a nat 20. So if you have improved critical on a falchion and you roll a 15, that is an auto hit. And then you have to confirm. Yeah. That's why I like high crit range weapons so much, is because you don't, like, that's something that you don't have to worry about as much. You just don't have to worry about that. But yeah, if we're looking at this, sickening critical is hitting from 2 to 20 still seems like a better play. Yeah, but you can't guarantee that all the time. Like, if you're playing on this kind of difficulty that you're going to be using an auto build, you will be able to do that for most enemies. But even then, you're not going to be able to do that with all enemies with all characters, right? There's always going to be enemies that you're not going to be able to guarantee to hit. But on the other hand, if you have a 15 to 20 crit range, a lot of times you're going to be able to hit on a 15 to 20 anyway. A lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times. But here's another thing. So even though, so these builds are suboptimal, right? Like even the last build, the last Slayer build, had some questionable choices, right? You can't just, so if the reason being is that these are builds for new players to get them into the game, that are good enough to get them into the game and get them through it without being perfect builds that can't be optimized any higher, that that give no incentive for newer players to eventually branch out and start building their own, right? Now, another thing is, if you're a new player, you're not going to be playing optimally anyway. You're not going to be stacking every buff that you possibly can. You're not going to be doing all that stuff perfectly. So you also can't really be expecting the person who's using these auto builds to be playing like they're not going to be playing in the top tier either, because they just don't know the systems as well. They don't know the game as well, because they just don't have that experience. So you can't expect people that are using these builds to stack those bonuses to hit to know what spells to take and all that shit. Like, my first playthrough of Kingmaker was an absolute shit show. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was terrible. And I had a really rough time going through it because I couldn't hit anything half the time. Oh my god, they took the spelling attack. Yeah, if you mod and all that stuff, that makes it a lot easier. But as a game developer, you don't know what kind of mods are going to be coming out with. And B, you can't expect all of your players to have those mods. Right? Hell, I never used mods even up through like a part of my most recent playthrough of Wrath of the Righteous. I still would not play with mods because I wanted the natural experience. And then I realized that's really stupid. I'm getting these mods because I would rather not spend 20 minutes buffing every time I enter a new area. By the way, we got Dispelling Attack. Really, really good. I like this one a lot. Dispelling Attack is really good. I appreciate it. One of the top tier ones next to Crippling Strike and Wearying Strike, so I'm really happy to see that we got at least one of them. We have 2 more choices. Hopefully we get the other 2. Okay. So this means that we're going to be getting Critical Mastery at level 19. So we got Sickening Critical here. We got Staggering Critical here. We're going to be getting Critical Mastery here. So we already know what our level 19 feat is going to be. Unless they take it as one of the Slayer talents. But we know what one of these 3 choices is going to be, and it's going to be Critical Mastery. The Fort Save one, I really wish they would have taken Tiring Critical instead of Staggering. But it's fucking whatever, I guess. Actually, let's take a look. What else could we don't have Power Attack still. Holy fuck, how did I miss that? We are a strength-based character that... We are a strength-based character that doesn't have Power Attack at level 17. Wow. Okay. Focusing Attack Confused, I'm fine with that. I like Focusing Attack Confused a lot. It prevents your character from continuing to be confused once it's started stabbing your other characters, so it prevents them from doing too much damage. Yeah, there's not really much else for me to say there. What do you fucking mean? Wait, no. No. Wait. Why? No. Wait, why? Why? Why would you take a 3rd critical feat? We already have Sickening and Staggering. Why would you take Blinding as well? What the fuck? We don't have Power Attack yet. I'm fucking mad. I'm fucking mad. And then they get... Oh my... Oh, guys, we're back. We're back. This is the true auto build experience. This is the true auto build experience. So we get 3 critical feats, no critical mastery. So we only get one of these at a time. Um, got Slayer camouflage, favored fucking terrain, trap finding. What's our perception? It is a 33 without any boosts or anything, so that's not terrible. But oh my fucking god, man. Oh yeah, we got Opportunist. We got Greater 2-Weapon Fighting before we actually have enough BAB to make use of Greater 2-Weapon Fighting. Slayer Camouflage. Focusing Attack Shaken. God forbid you have that, what is it, a -1 to your attack roll? God fucking forbid you have a -1 to your attack roll. By the way, we don't have power attack. By the way, this is a strength-based build that doesn't have power attack. Also, remember how the last build had a 26 strength by the end? Remember how that happened? And remember how we have a 22 now? Interesting. Granted, the last one cheated a bit, but... oh, boy. At least improved 2-Weapon Fighting waited until the level that we could actually make use of it. Yeah, this one started off real shit and just didn't get that much better. Like, I legitimately think that it peaked at level 7 when we finally got Double Slice. And it was just downhill, downhill, downhill. Got a bit of a bump here at Dispelling Attack. I mean, improved critical and critical focus. Whatever. Oh yeah, I got to Alt F4 because it's not going to let me out unless I do the entire Mythic rank thing, which I'm not doing. Closing the game and reopening it. And we're going to check out that Kineticist now. This build got stuck in the tutorial on core. You're not wrong. Oh my god, yeah, that was bad. That was a bad one, man. Terry, come back, I need help. Kineticist. 5-star difficulty on Kineticist. Dex and Wisdom. Interesting that we don't get either of the con-based, already kind of hurting. Because we're already not getting the Constitution-based, heritages. I probably would have taken Lawbringer here. We get Street Urchin Acrobat, Trickery and Mobility. Throwing axes doesn't matter. Just AoE trip to victory. I'm curious if they're going to do something like that. Dex 19, Con 18. Jesus. Deadly Earth is too OP. Deadly Earth is really good. Why this? Why not Pickpocket? This isn't even like RP for a Kineticist. I don't even know what this is. So we dump Strength. I'm surprised that they only drop it down to 9 and not 7. Dump Charisma down to 7, that's fine. Wisdom up to 12, that's fine. Con of 18 and Dex of 19. It's Bard? I mean, yeah, but why would you pick that for a Kineticist? And not the one that's like the one that gives a bonus to initiative, which is really good. What do we get? Stealth and Lore Nature. We don't even use either of the fucking bonuses that we get from Acrobat. So again, like, the vast, like, this is something that I don't understand. Owlcat, please help me to understand. Why do you choose backgrounds and then never make use of any of the shit that you get from these backgrounds? There's only been, I think, one. I think there's been one class that we've done one of these with that it actually made use of the background. And you know what it was? It was a fucking pickpocket. Because every class could make use of pickpocket. When I was doing Midnight Isles runs, the vast majority of the time, I just had a whole class of criminals. Everybody was pickpockets, because this is so good. A +2 untyped initiative bonus is too goddamn good. Unless you have something very specific that a very specific background works with. Like a, what is it? Like an acolyte. Acolyte, where you can use wisdom instead of charisma for persuasion, or something. But anyway, so we get stealth, we get lore nature, because fuck it, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Point blank shot, yeah, that makes sense. Fire, okay. Burning infusion, yeah, if you're gonna go fire, you're gonna go burning infusion, that's fine. Deity, yeah, we're atheist. Yep, sure, why not? Yep.
I'll take care of it.
Martial Disciple gives you a free feat? I actually don't know. And if I go to actually, like, check it, it'll, undo. I can't do that without undoing the auto build, so I can't really check that. So yeah, point blank shot is fine. Yeah, I'm fine with most of this. It's just the background, man. The background fucking gets me. Because it just doesn't make sense. Alright, let's check it. What do we get? Heat adaptation. When using fire blast or let's see. Amount of fire resistance equal to twice your current amount of burn. Let's think about this. You're hitting level 2 as you go into getting level 2 as you go into the village. If you have only active companions receive experience, you get it as early as talking to the old man in the village. So you can get this then. What does heat adaptation, like, even if you don't get this then, how often are you fighting fire people? I mean, I guess there are some fire people the first time you go through the Great Garrison, so that does make a little bit of sense there. I guess it's fine. However, Fire's Fury, I mean, I guess you also don't get Elemental Overflow until level 3, so there's no point in Fire's Fury yet either. I get... we could do... I mean, Cold Resistance would help against the Water Elemental. But you could also just get a Hair Familiar and get you some extra Perception, which you're not making use of, but you get a bonus to Initiative. Get Skill Focus. I guess Heat Adaptation isn't the worst thing here. I think I would have taken the Hair Familiar first, though. Precise Shot, yeah. This is perfectly fine. If we're going to be sticking with fire, I would like to see Spell Penetration here soon. Also, obviously, Weapon Focus, Kinetic Blast. Fan of Flames. So that's just, yeah. It's a cone. That's fine. Can you get, like... something that increases the save DC. Can you... Okay, so wait. Does elemental focus boost kinetic blasts? So it's not counted as a spell. That's for Paizo, that's for the tabletop. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Kinetic Blast plus spell buffs. Things that apply to spells do not apply to spell-like abilities. Uh... Although personally going over what facts have been posted on the SLA, specifically this one. Welcome back, Igor. We're trying to figure out whether or not any feats would boost the save DCs of. How did we get to Kineticist? Because we got through the second Slayer. By the way, the second Slayer is dog shit. It's absolute dumpster fire. Don't do it. Isn't based on an actual caster level, but a pseudo caster level. It depends on class level, much like how an Optimus. Save DC of infusions, only improvements to con. That's a little gross. Yeah, I was hoping that there would be something that would help with that, because like this one right here, it's a save DC. But it is what it is. So we are boosting our dex, which does make me think that we're not going to be going for any of the super OP, because if I remember correctly, improved trip and stuff helps. Yeah. If I remember correctly, if you can get the cloud, like the biggest, like, this is OP as fuck thing is where's that? Where's that? Oh, I guess I don't have access to it because wait, I have Enduring Earth though. God, why can't I think of it? Deadly Earth. Deadly Earth with a cloud infusion is like hyper overpowered. I remember that being a thing that I was trying to make work in Kingmaker speedruns for a bit. So Spell Pen, that makes sense. We have only fire elements so far, which means that they are all energy, which means that they are going to be dealing with spell resistance. Deadly Earth for trip and wall per shove is stupid. Really? I never really thought about the wall ones. It tries to get closer, gets shoved back into the mud and falls. Yeah, fair enough. I'm perfectly fine with great spell pen here. Level 5, you're starting to get through the end of chapter 1, which means you're starting to run into some demons, and some of those demons do have spell resistance. Not all of them, but some of them. The only other one that I might see here and then get spell pen here is maybe weapon focus blast. Yeah, like spell pen is absolutely necessary. I'm just sitting here thinking, do we want it at 5, at level 5, or level 7? It's just an ordering thing. Please tell me the first mythic feat is Ascendant Element Fire. There is no mythic build for these classes, so it yes, it would be, because I would be choosing it. We get extended range, which is fine, I guess. Touch AC is stupidly low. That's fair enough. I think extended range is fine. Although, wait, we have point blank shot, which means we want to be closer. So why would you get point blank shot and then also get extended range? Extended range is necessary for later ones? Is it? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. There it is. Extended range is necessary for this. Fair enough. Then Cloud Infusion also would require it. Okay. I accept. Fire's Fury. Double element. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Not wasting your move action, getting closer. The thing is that you are then losing out on the bonuses that you get from point blank shot. That's the main thing. With electric damage. Ugh. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody take electric first. I know I have. I've very rarely even taken air. There's greater spell pen, so we're just point blank shot, precise shot, spell pen, greater spell pen. This is all fine. Getting fire, I don't know if I'm okay with that. I would have preferred earth or air at this point. Air for cloud infusion, earth for deadly earth. It is also, it's not just a +1 to hit, it's +1 to damage too. Thank you very much. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Blue Flame overcomes fire immunity, at least, since they patched Ascendant Element. Well, that's good at least, but still not a fan. Still would have... See, this is why they should have taken Earth. They could have gotten something better. Then Iron Will. Well, okay, let's take a look. Actually, our will save is pretty shit. I still would prefer a familiar here. But if I'm being completely fair, our will save is pretty shit. That's a +5 after the Iron Will. That's a +5 after the Iron Will. And, like, the thing is that we would really want to get our will save up, if possible, because at this point, at level 8, we're going to be doing a ton of damage with our kinetic blasts, right? So, getting that... If we were to get confused and start going after our own people, we're going to fuck our own people up. So, while I normally go pretty heavy into hating Iron Will, I'm kind of okay with it here, especially because of what else we have access to. The only better option would be a familiar, and we all know that they're not going to go for a familiar. they're not going to go for a familiar. And like, what do you get? Like Foxfire, they're not going to do that. Kinetic Restoration, I could see them going this. Level 8, that's right around Dresden, yeah. Get Dazzling Display, then Dreadful Carnage instead. You could... You could go an Intimidator build, but we do also have a 7 Charisma. And our Strength is also not high enough. We would need a completely different stat build here to go for that. For this particular stat spread, I would not at all recommend that. So the only things that I would say, what's the background? Fucking Acrobat, which we are using literally nothing of. I went on a whole ass fucking diet, like I went on a rant whenever I saw that shit. Like, we could go skill focus, whatever the fuck, stealth, or kinetic restoration. I would say that Iron Will is probably the best out of all of these. At the moment, so I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Iron Will here. It's fine. All right, so there we got Kinetic Focus, Weapon Blast. We're basically like just going down the list of all of the things that we need to pick up. Kinetic Blast fused with Eruption deals its normal damage to each target, while a Physical Blast deals half its normal damage. Saving throws DC is dex based. Of the ones that we have access to, I think Eruption is fine. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. It's like, okay, this is kind of fine. It's an AoE, which we don't have access to otherwise. So I'm cool with this being a thing. I'm cool with Eruption. That's fine. Yeah. Flash Infusion, Blinds. A Will Saver be blinded. That's interesting. Kinetic Blade. This is not built for Kinetic Blade at all. Spindle. Any 2 adjacent 5-foot squares, unless they succeeded a reflex save, and energy blast infused with Spindle. Blizzard Blast heals half. Yeah. And then Torrent is just a line. So yeah, we have like a long, wait, 5-foot by 10-foot spindle of elemental matter. This is... So basically you're looking at a 2-square box as Cleave Blast. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to picture it in my head. Because it's like a 5 by 10 box. That does damage to adjacent boxes. So that would be a 15 by 20? So there's actually like a 15... Is it like a 15 by... Whatever. Within any 2 adjacent... Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. Then they need 2 adjacent 5-foot squares unless they succeeded a reflex save. This is so strangely worded that it's really hard for me to wrap my head around exactly how this looks. So fuck it, we're going Eruption anyway. It's better regardless. So 2 enemies side by side. That's... Oh, they did! Oh my god! And they took the best one! Holy shit! Guys, they did it. Guys, they did it. They took the hair. They did it. They gave us the initiative. I'm so incredibly surprised that they did that. Call the police. They did it good. Call the cops. Oh, there it is. Toughness. You know what we need on a character that's already going to have a shit ton of health because they're focusing on con? We need to have toughness so that they can get an extra 20 health. What's our health at right now? 124 at level 11. That is a 20% increase. Well, wait. No, I'm sorry. It's less than a 10% increase in health. Less than a 10%. Get this fucking out of here. Although, okay. All right, wait. Before I get too upset, what else could they have taken? Legitimately, I would have preferred improved Iron Will over toughness. Does this count for kinetic blasts? Does deadly aim count for this? Improved initiative we could have taken, yeah. Does deadly aim count for kinetic blasts? Only works on physical blasts? Okay. Which we don't have access to any yet. We're still fire only. Could take improved critical. Yeah, that's a thing. Improved critical kinetic blast we could take. And then we get torrent instead of unraveling. Teamwork spell pen feat. I don't even look at teamwork feats really because they're never going to take a teamwork feat on any of these auto builds. I have accepted that into my life. I just don't even look at it because, like, I kind of mentioned outflank on the Slayer builds. Like, if you're actually building for min max, you want outflank on every melee character. And yeah, if you're gonna be doing teamwork feats for spellcasters, yeah, allied spellcaster is another really good one. But I don't even look at those anymore because they're just not going to take them. So here's that wall one that Igor was talking about. Torrent, Unraveling, or Wall. I think these three are like probably the best ones. Torrent is fine. Okay, here's a slight nitpick. So disgusted by Iron Will is a teamwork safety. Yeah, but like I said, they're not going to ever take the teamwork feats. So we cannot. We don't even look at them. We pretend they don't exist. We act like Owlcat and pretend that the teamwork feats don't exist. But yeah, slight nitpick. If you're going to have descriptions that basically say the same thing, make them have consistent language. And by that I mean, if we look at Spindle here, an energy blast infused with Spindle deals its normal damage to each target, while a physical blast infused with Spindle deals half its normal damage to each target. If we look at detonation, it doesn't say it. Well, if we look at eruption, An energy blast, if used with eruption damage, deals its normal damage. Like, the same language is used, right? However, if we look at Torrent here, dealing half your normal amount of blast damage or full damage for energy blasts. Same thing. It's saying the same thing, but it's saying it in a different way. Honestly, I actually prefer this one because it's more concise. But it should also specify physical blast damage here. It shouldn't just say normal amount of blast damage. It should say half your normal amount of physical blast damage, or something along those lines. And then, or full damage for energy blasts. It's a slight thing. It's a small thing. You know, if you actually read the stuff, it's very, very quick to understand what they actually mean by it. But the fact that they have different language for the same thing, I'm not a huge fan of. I think that they should just basically just use this version of it, because Wall and Torrent say the same thing. Half the normal damage from your blast or full damage from an energy blast. This is a better way of saying it than this way that Spindle and where's that? Eruption say? But anyway. Toughness sucks. That's the takeaway here. Don't take toughness. It sucks. It's shit. Bad. Improved Iron Will. Okay. For the exact same reason that I was okay with Iron Will, I am okay with improved Iron Will here. They've already taken the familiar. That's like the best thing that they can take here. Flame Shield doesn't really help us here because we're a ranged character, so if we're taking damage, we've done something wrong. You really don't want to use up your burn for Flame Shield. Since it's more HP to burn? No. So, burn is limited not by your max health. Burn is limited by something else. It's not by your max health. It does give you more health after you finish with your burn. But I don't know, maybe there is an argument for toughness on Kineticists over others, because we do basically self-damage a lot. Fine, I will admit that there is actually an argument to be made here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's your con modifier. Yeah. Fine, I accept. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. I will grudgingly accept that toughness is beneficial to a Kineticist. You happy now, Igor? You happy that you made me say that? 'Cause I'm not. I am happy with improved critical, though. Because if you stack this with the helmet, the kinetic diadem, this, I believe, either gets you down to a 17 or a 15 to 20 crit range. Yay! I can't remember exactly. Here, let's actually, you know what? Kinetic diadem. Wait. This is different. Nothing in game does non-lethal damage though. Burn does. Burn does non-lethal damage. Kinetic. Oh, it's the ring. The ring of just yeah. So the Ring of Destruction gets you to a 19 to 20, and then you can get improved critical to extend that further to 17 to 20. So yeah, it's a 17 to 20 total crit range. Yep. Okay. What do we get here? Flash Infusion. Will saves are fine, like it's not as bad as a fort save. That's 3 burn for this though, and it's only for 1 round. So toughness would help because since we are taking so much non-lethal damage, you basically just have to consider that to be our max health is dropped by that much. So toughness puts us back up a bit of that health. So like if we look at this, our con modifier is a +4. We have 146 health. So if we are taking 1 burn, how does burn actually work again? Give me 1 second. I just need to. Yeah, so 1 point of non-lethal, one point of non-lethal damage per level. So every point of burn that we take, we're losing 13 health. Basically what toughness does, toughness negates 1 burn. It's basically what it does. Toughness negates 1 point of burn on a Kineticist. So it helps us out just a little bit. I think that's the most efficient way to say that. Flash Infusion, I'm not a huge fan of. Improved critical, I do like. So yeah. Oh, there's the flame shield. There it is. We got it. Didn't get kinetic restoration, because why would we want that? Stupid. Yeah. I literally was going into and talking about why Flame Shield is bad earlier. If you are a ranged character, if you are getting hit by melee characters enough where fire shield or flame shield actually makes a difference, something's fucked up. Something's fucked up. Gross. Basically. This is disgusting. Why would you ever choose this? Most disincentivizes enemies to hit you in melee. Well, like, the AI is not going to give a fuck. They're going to run up and smack you around if they decide to target you. But the thing is, like, you basically have to have this prepared already before the fight begins. Because as far as I'm aware, this is still an action to boost this, to turn this on and to boost this up. So you're using up your burn on this instead of other things that you could be using it on. And it's planning for an event that you really don't want to happen anyway. Although I guess of your backline people, you would probably want this Kineticist to be taking hits over anybody else because they're going to have so much extra health. But then again, if you have your burn done, God damn it, I can't even check it. The searing flesh one? But like even then, if we're looking at that, even then, it's you're reflecting damage whenever you take melee damage specifically, which is just things have gone very wrong if your ranged characters are taking melee damage. Let's continue onwards. We got 15 minutes to get through these last 5 levels. Can we do it? We got critical focus and earth. Okay. We still got some infusions. We could still get that deadly earth in. Fucking late as shit. Level 17 deadly earth, but maybe. And yeah, we got critical focus, which at this point, there's not really a whole lot of feats that I would want. So critical focus is fine, I guess. Earth I like. I would definitely take earth. Tremor sense is fucking whatever. Actually, I probably would do enduring earth over tremor sense. Tremor sense is kind of shit. Enduring earth would be really good for what for deadly earth stuffs. Yeah, bowling, deadly earth, yeah. Exactly. Yep, there's deadly earth, so we got it, and we got improved precise shots, which is interesting. Takes longer for deadly earth to disappear. Yeah, but in Wrath of the Righteous, you could just dispel that shit at will. So, fuck it. Already last 15 rounds? Yeah. But they took Tremor Sense instead. Like, what is Tremor Sense going to do at level 17? 16, I guess. So yeah, I am very happy that we got Deadly Earth here. Earth bonus feats for trip improved. Fair enough. They're not going to, though. They're going to give you DR. Instead, they're going to give you DR. Fucking gross. And do we get it? Nope, we get Unraveling. We do get Sickening Critical, though, so that's good at least. What's Fragmentation? Volatile sphere of solid matter that shatters into countless shards. Attempt a ranged attack roll against a target within 50 feet. If you hit, the target takes your kinetic blast damage with no saving throw. All of the creatures within 20-foot burst take half the normal amount of damage. Attempt a reflex save to reduce the damage by half. Attack misses the target. Blast has no effect. Saving throws DC is dex based. 4 burn for that, though? I mean, I guess it is an infusion, so you can reduce that by quite a bit at this point, but goddamn. So yeah, no bowling infusion, unfortunately. We do get Unraveling, though. Which means that you could get that fucking Deadly Earth and then put Unraveling on top of it, and suddenly you can just be mass dispelling all of your enemies of all their shit, which is kind of fun. Not as fun as knocking them all the fuck over, but, you know, we'll take what we can get here. And then, Metakinesis maximized is reduced by 1, which is nice. Only works with fire and blue fire? Really? Oh shit, you're right. Absolute trash. Never mind. Fucking garbage. Did you get great fortitude? Fuck off. Yeah, I know. I just fucking forgot. All right, look. Hey guys, you wanna boost up the height? Oh, I guess. Really, reflex it. I mean, I guess we have been boosting up our decks. Yeah, you want to grab fortitude. You want to grab a fort save instead of, you know, kinetic restoration or I mean, fuck it. We've taken a bunch of other defensive ones, so how about jagged flesh where you can return even more damage to people? Or, you know, we could also take enduring earth again. Or we could actually take enduring earth, but whatever. Okay, up to like level 10 I'm okay with, except for this fire right here. I would definitely not have taken fire here. Would have taken earth. That way we could get this deadly earth and bowling infusion working. Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. So I think like the best, what is it? It's fire, earth, air. I think fire, earth, air is like the best 3 combo because you can get deadly earth, bowling, deadly earth and bowling infusion, and then get cloud infused on top of it to just do an absolutely insane amount of damage. But yeah, that's Kineticist. The build is definitely serviceable. Like, obviously, you get all of like the important feats. You got them all by level 7, arguably level 9. Level 11, like we said, it undoes 1 burn in terms of how much health you're going to end up having. So there's that, and then you get improved critical kinetic blast, which is important. Critical focus, improved precise shot, and sickening critical earth, air, fire as well. Yeah, the thing about going earth first is if you go earth first, then you don't have you are attacking full AC and not touch AC. So it is a little bit more difficult to ensure damage. Maybe air, earth, fire. I don't know. It's a bit rough because unfortunately neither of these setups use water, so you can't have the choice between physical or energy like water does. Which is a nice little specialization thing with water, is that you do have access to both types, whereas all of the others are limited to only one. But I think water has the worst infusions out of all of them, I think. Oh, really? Is it? Okay, never mind then. Fuck water. Water's the worst. Uh, Sadly, most demons are immune to electricity. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, that's Kineticist, Slayer, and what's his name? Urthan. So no dice for electricity. Oh, cloud only works if you pick the bludgeoning one. Okay.
I've never actually used the cloud option. I just remember reading a long time ago that it was like one of the most OP strats for dealing with late game Kingmaker was Deadly Earth with Bowling Infusion and then Cloud on top. Magnetic +4 for your melees to hit is nothing. Nah, that's not bad. But I'm gonna go. Oh, a couple of things just in case people are not aware. I did make a couple of changes to the Discord server. If you have not been onto the Discord server recently, to regain, I added in a thing for people to have to react to the rules of the Discord server so that they can gain access to the entirety. If you have not done so yet, you will need to do that to regain access to all of the server. You just got to go in and click the little button to react to the thing, just like a lot of servers do. It's just the basic thing. While you're in there, if you haven't already, you could choose roles to get notified whenever I go live or whenever I upload things to my VOD channel or to this channel. Yeah, I am going to be heading off to work here in a moment. Yep. Also, if you have not joined the Discord yet, let me get a invite and post it into the chat. If you have not joined the Discord server, you can click right there and join up. I post random things on there, you know, just talking about random stuff that I've seen or that I'm dealing with or whatever. We chat about some stuff in there. We got a meme channel that Spartan usually, I think I've legitimately thought about just renaming it as Spartan's Meme Corner because he's like the only person that posts in there. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of activity going on in there, but you know, every once in a while it'll pick up and we'll talk about some stuff. And like I said, it has all my stuff, all my go lives and all my notifications on there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to work. Tomorrow we will be doing more God of War. I legitimately don't remember where we were when I left last week. So I can't say what the fuck we're going to be doing because I have no idea. I do not remember where we left off. Thursday I'm off. Friday we'll be doing the Wigglytuff solo run in Pokemon Red. And then Saturday we'll be continuing on Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the week. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. Appreciate y'all as always. And as always, hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Hope y'all have a good evening. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.